You won't believe what I found tucked away in this drawer after 20 years. An old photo I thought was lost forever. Expired medication I didn't even know I had. And a handwritten letter that stopped me in my tracks. If you're over 60, you probably have a drawer or box just like this, filled with forgotten things and untold stories. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how one small decluttering session led to a surprising discovery, and more importantly, a feeling of clarity I didn't know I needed. This isn't about throwing everything away. It's about making space for what still matters. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by clutter or unsure where to start, this is for you. Let's take the first step together. You might be surprised by what's waiting for you. If you're over 60 and feel like your home holds more stuff than space, you're not alone. Clutter doesn't show up overnight. It creeps in. One paper, one keepsake, one "I'll deal with it later" at a time. And then one day, it hits you. The drawers won't close. The shelves are packed. And the things that once brought joy now just bring stress. It's not laziness. It's life. Memories, routines, responsibilities, they all leave behind a trail. But here's the truth. Clearing space doesn't mean erasing the past. It means making room for what matters now. If you've ever looked around and felt overwhelmed, frozen, or even a little ashamed, know this: you're not alone, and you're not too late. Today can be the day you start small, feel lighter, and take back your space one drawer at a time. Let's do it together. Today, we're starting small, with just one drawer. That's it. No need to tackle the whole house or stress over where to begin. I'll walk you through a simple 3-step process that anyone can follow, no matter your pace. In just a few minutes, you'll clear space, create order, and maybe even uncover something meaningful, something that brings back a memory or a smile. This isn't just about getting rid of things. It's about making room for clarity, peace, and the things that truly matter. Let's take that first, gentle step together. Step 1. Empty it out. Everything comes out. Yes, even that mystery envelope in the back. This is where the real momentum begins. The drawer may be small, but it holds years of accumulated life, receipts, rubber bands, spare keys, batteries that may or may not work, pens that ran out of ink 5 years ago, and things you've meant to fix or file or toss someday. That someday is today. Start by taking everything out and laying it all on a table or countertop. It might feel a little overwhelming at first, seeing it all out in the open, but don't let that feeling stop you. Remind yourself, it's better to face it than let it quietly weigh on you. Often, it's not the clutter itself that overwhelms us. It's the hidden burden of knowing. It's there, unaddressed. As you empty the drawer, go slowly. This isn't a race. It's a reset. And as you go, take notice of what shows up, because the drawer is never just a drawer. It's a time capsule, a mirror of moments and habits and half-finished to-dos. You might find something funny, like a manual for an appliance you no longer own, or something frustrating, like 7 pairs of scissors, when you thought you had none. But sometimes, you find something else entirely. You won't believe what I found at the very bottom. Buried under a pile of outdated coupons and old tape rolls, I found a tiny envelope with my name written in familiar handwriting, my late mother's. It was a note I'd forgotten about, tucked away decades ago. In just a few lines, she reminded me to slow down and breathe. That single moment, rediscovering something so simple, yet deeply personal, reminded me why this process matters. These unexpected finds aren't just nice surprises, they're emotional anchors. and you can't get to them unless you make space to see what's been hidden. So yes, that envelope in the back, it might not be important, but then again, it might be a little piece of your history, something that once mattered, something that still does. As you take out each item, place it gently in one of 3 general groups. Don't worry. We'll sort them in detail in the next step. Things you use, things with meaning, things you don't need. The beauty of emptying everything is that it gives you perspective. You begin to realize how much you've held on to simply out of habit. And that's okay. There's no judgment here. We all hold on to things for reasons that made sense at the time. But today, you're giving yourself the gift of a reset. You're allowing yourself to look at everything with fresh eyes and ask the question, is this helping me or holding me back? Take your time with this part. Turn over the old receipts. Test the pins if you want to. Smile at what once made you laugh. Let go of what no longer serves you. The drawer will feel lighter, but more importantly, you will, too. Now that it's completely empty, take a breath. Look at that clear space. That's a small victory, and it's just the beginning. Let's move on to the next step. Step 2. Sort into 3 piles. Be honest with yourself. Ask, have I used this in the last 2 years? Will I ever? Now that the drawer is completely empty, you have a clear view, not just of your belongings, but of the choices ahead. This is where the real transformation begins. Take a moment to look over everything you removed. Chances are, some of these items haven't been touched in years. Some might bring a smile, some confusion, and others, a little guilt. That's normal, especially after 60. Many of us hold on to things just in case. We grew up during times when waste wasn't an option and saving was smart. But sometimes, holding on becomes a habit that quietly clutters our lives and minds. That's why this step is about more than sorting. It's about letting go with intention. Here's how to do it. Pile 1. Keep. These are the things that serve you right now, not in theory, not in memory, but in your present daily life. Ask yourself, have I used this in the last 2 years? If I needed this tomorrow, would I even remember I had it here? Does this make my life easier or more joyful? If the answer is yes, it stays. Small blue diamond tip for seniors. Hold items gently. Sometimes touch helps unlock memory. Our hands remember what our minds may not. The feel of an old keychain, a familiar pen, a button from a loved one's coat. Sometimes it's not just about the item, but the moment it represents. Let those memories surface. You don't have to throw everything away, but let each item earn its place. Pile 2. Donate or give away. These are items that are still useful, but not to you. It could be a flashlight you never use, an extra pair of scissors, or that backup set of measuring spoons you haven't touched since 2004. Ask yourself, could this help someone else more than it helps me? Am I only keeping this out of guilt or habit? Is it doubling something I already have? Let generosity guide you. Seniors often have a deep well of wisdom and a giving spirit. Passing something on to a friend, neighbor, or donation center can feel lighter than trashing it and more purposeful. Think of this pile as making space with kindness. Pile 3. Toss or recycle. This pile is for things that are broken, expired, or no longer serve any useful or sentimental purpose. Old receipts, dried up pens, dead batteries, bent paper clips, random screws, you know the ones. These small, forgotten items may not seem like much individually, but together they take up space and create noise. Don't let guilt talk you out of letting go. You're not throwing away memories. You're throwing away what's blocking you from enjoying those memories. If it helps, remind yourself, You are not the drawer. You are the person deciding what serves your life now. Letting go of an item doesn't mean you're letting go of the person, place, or story attached to it. You can even take a photo of something meaningful before you pass it on or discard it. That way, the memory stays without the mess. Final thought for step 2. This part of the process is often emotional, but that's where the magic is. It's not just about decluttering. It's about reclaiming space, both physically and mentally. It's about making peace with what you no longer need and giving more room to what truly matters now. Don't rush it. Breathe through it. Talk out loud if it helps. This is your space, your pace. When you've got your 3 piles sorted, take a moment. You've already made dozens of small decisions, and each one moved you closer to clarity. Next, we'll talk about how to return only what belongs back into your drawer and how to keep it organized for the long run. You're doing great. Let's keep going. Step 3. Return with intention. Only what serves a purpose or brings joy goes back in. Now that you've emptied the drawer and sorted everything into keep, donate, and toss piles, you're standing in a powerful place, a place of choice. What you put back into this drawer will shape how you feel every time you open it. So this final step isn't just about organizing, it's about intention. Too often, we treat drawers like catch-alls, random spots to hide things we're not ready to deal with. But today, you're creating something better. A drawer that's calm, functional, and maybe even a little beautiful. Ask this before anything goes back. Do I use this regularly? Does it make me smile or make my life easier? Do I want to see this when I open the drawer? If the answer is no, it stays out. Because this drawer is no longer for forgotten clutter. It's for everyday ease, simplicity, and a little peace of mind. You've already done the hard part, letting go of what doesn't serve you. Now it's about putting back what does, in a way that supports your day-to-day life. Think of your drawer like a room with furniture that keeps everything in its place. Small boxes, trays, even shallow containers from around the house can work wonders. They create boundaries inside the drawer, so things don't slide around or mix together again. Each category should have its own little zone. Everyday items, pens, scissors, notepad, helpful extras, batteries, tape, flashlights, sentimental or meaningful keepsakes, a note, photo, charm. When every item has a home, your drawer doesn't just stay neat, it becomes a joy to use. You don't need to spend money on fancy organizers. Shoebox lids, small Tupperware containers, even cut-up cardboard can work. It's not about perfection, it's about peace of mind. Coming up, my little trick to keep this drawer looking this way for months. Here's a little secret I've learned over the years. If you want to keep a space tidy, make it slightly inconvenient to add clutter. Place a small sticky note inside the drawer that reads, "Do I really need this here?" It's a gentle pause, a moment to think before you toss in a stray receipt or random item. That simple reminder can prevent you from falling back into old habits. Another trick? Keep an overflow box nearby, maybe in a closet or cabinet. If you find something later that doesn't quite belong in the drawer, but you're not ready to toss it, put it there. Revisit that box every few months. It gives you a soft landing for indecision, without letting it overtake your space again. When you put an item back in the drawer, treat it with care. Place it like it matters, because it does. This simple act turns organizing into something more powerful, a moment of respect for your space, your time, and your needs today. It's not about what you're losing, it's about what you're gaining. Clarity, function, a calm moment every time you open that drawer. You started with a cluttered, overwhelming drawer. You faced every item. You made thoughtful decisions. And now, you're putting back only what supports your life. That's not just organizing, that's reclaiming. And here's the best part. This one drawer is just the beginning. Every time you open it and see how it feels now, neat, light, intentional, you'll remember you can do this anywhere, anytime. You have the power to create clarity in your space and your life. So, take one more deep breath, slide that drawer closed with satisfaction, and smile. Because you did it with care, honesty, and heart. Ready for the final reveal? Let's see the before and after and talk about how it feels to have that weight lifted. I found this postcard from 1973. My son wrote it from summer camp. I hadn't seen it in decades. His handwriting, the way he signed "Love you, Mom," it stopped me cold. It brought back his laugh, the way he always forgot to write home until the last day. That tiny card, buried beneath rubber bands and old batteries, reminded me that decluttering isn't just about cleaning. It's about reconnecting with our past, our memories, and the people we love. Sometimes, what looks like a mess is actually holding something priceless. This is why we sort through the little things. Not to throw away the past, but to find the pieces of it worth holding on to. Here's the drawer before, and here it is now. What was once a cluttered, frustrating space is now calm, clear, and purposeful. Every item inside has a reason to be there. There's more space to breathe, more ease in finding what I need, and surprisingly, a few beautiful memories I didn't even know I still had. Like that postcard from 1973, or the note from my late sister tucked between old receipts. Decluttering isn't just about making things look better. It's about feeling better, lighter, clearer, more in control. And sometimes, it gently brings the past back to life in the best way. All from one small drawer. What's one drawer or shelf you've been meaning to declutter? Tell me in the comments. I might feature it next. Your space could inspire someone else to start small, too. If this video gave you that little nudge you needed, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. There's more where this came from. Coming up next, a 10-minute closet detox that's simple, satisfying, and surprisingly emotional. Click right here to watch. It might just be the most freeing 10 minutes of your week.